on, Boone, let's rock and roll, buddy. Oh yeah. Tow rig a little pre-trip. Unplug my battery charger for the Dove. Or at least, oh, I got both guns in there still, all the chains and everything. We're gonna start off today. We have to haul a piece of equipment off a job. It's been on there for about a week. That we've been done with for a week. Come back here, switch trucks, see if the rain hits us. I'm not sure if Andy came back and got the rest of the logs off of this job, but I can't turn around down there if the logs are in the way, so I'm debating on turning around right here. I think that truck's right in the way. Alright, I think I can make it. The idea here is keep the trailer on flat ground so it doesn't bend the trailer, and I'm gonna get some boards that I got right over here. Everybody always says to put down, you know, rubber mats and stuff. I used to do that, but why I put these blocks here isn't protect it from getting scratched. It's to protect the initial straight up weight of the single grouser tracks from pushing straight into the tip of the tail, because that's what it's doing. It's bowling it out because of the weight, not because of it scratching. So these lift it up so it hits up there. You shall start. You better. I did bring a jump box just in case it doesn't. No problem. And those of you guys that were wondering, it also does have backup camera. You can't see nothing out the back unless you stick your head way up there. Clean the tracks out again. It's parking backwards. Certainly feels cold. Certainly feels cold. Save these for that guy. I need to take these. Everybody always asks about these binders. They're speed binders. Speedbinders.com. I'm gonna have to start selling them for myself because I don't know if anybody ever checked out his website. What the heck? These things are great. I'm sure they probably selling like hotcakes. the freeway is literally right there. Well, that's not it, but I mean, it's down that little road like a quarter mile, but you end up sitting there for an hour waiting for traffic because it's 4 lanes. Stop trying to get back in. It sucks. So I go down here through like 2 miles worth of stuff, cross a bridge, get on the other side, and take a nice little roundabout thing, getting onto the freeway. A lot easier when you're towing. I don't know, like some of these houses, they got to be over 100 years old. They're still nice. Like an old mining cabin, they obviously added a couple things onto the back of that. There's some Victorians and stuff. It's a nice little town over here. Back there, I could have gone left or right. Both of them would have put me on the freeway, but I like this on-ramp because it's pointed downhill. So it gives me a better chance to get my speed, because I am up to weight right now. We'll see here. We'll do a, what are we doing? 10 mile an hour right now? Speed limit's obviously 55 if you're towing a trailer. See how long it takes us to get there. There's 30. 40. 5th gear. There's 50. Marked speed limit for this area. Now just pretty much keep it in 5th gear through all of this. Thing tops out at like 70. It's funny driving this truck after driving anything else it's not short geared. And I always feel like when I'm in 6th gear, I'm in 4th, and I try to grab one more gear. Like if I was a 5-speed or something. Haven't found that extra gear yet. It'd been nice. 38 degrees this morning. Pulling 30 PSI boost up this hill. It's a 64 millimeter turbo. I'm at 65% throttle. There's our exit right here. Is nobody answering their phone this morning? Just touch after 8. It is pretty early. Mark, what do you want? Only when I got a machine on the trailer, I don't like backing into Dad's driveway just because it's kind of a little bit of hard jar twisting it in there. I'd rather just pull in forward, unload, and then back out in the road. So I was seeing if my uncle was going to be there so that he could help me back out, because I can't see out in the road. It's hedge bushes. So hopefully he's there. Hopefully someone's there. If not, we're just going to have to creep it on back out. So I got to go in the left lane so I can make the corner. That exposes the normal drive line. Let's see if people... This lady seems kind of rushing me. See if she'll cut it. That was nice of her for not trying to cut me off. You'd be surprised at how often people will try to cut you off on that side. They're like, oh, he's just turning left. Let's just go ahead and cut him off. Well, I've been hauling loads of oak down here for the last week with my old truck, and man, it kind of sucks. Let's get her unchained, go back to the house, swap vehicles. We don't need this big trailer where we're going. That's close enough. Well, almost close enough. Let's see, where's that at? Oh, it's a little off center. Oopsies. that new print-off mulcher. I was waiting on some new teeth for that thing. Other than that, I think it might be ready to rock and roll, but we're going to be possibly rained out for the next 2 weeks. So it wouldn't even matter if that thing was going right now. I had a job for it. So we cleaned off. Let's see if my uncle lives here. This is my dad's place. And his little brother, my uncle, lives right next door. He's the guy that makes all the hats and stuff for Vbeltandson.com. Check them out. Make sure you're a bad cherry. Another thing, this is oak deck, by far the best for steel track machines like that one. Single grouser, that's every steel track machine that this thing actually hauls is single grouser. But they do make like a rubber inlay composite board. That is garbage for steel tracks. It'll just rip it up first go. It doesn't even stand a chance. I know somebody will probably say, why don't you get composite? Because it's not good. Arthur had it on his, and he hauls this stuff day in and day out for a living, and it failed like immediately. It's good for certain things, but not this. If you're going to have steel track, get oak deck. Dad said the neighbor up on the hill needed their pond dug out. They called last minute, wanted to get it done before the rain. They called last night. It's going to rain tonight. Sounds like they might have got somebody up there, but I hate turning down work, but there's just not enough hours in the day sometimes, especially last minute jobs like that. Emergency work, sure, no problem. But when you're having to pull a machine out of a job, quit that job's production to go do another one, you got to charge like double. So they'll just get somebody else. Hopefully they did. If not, they'll probably call us. TikTok. Yeah.
It's
I think it was like a 44-minute video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 5 videos ago. Be sick by the end of the day. Yep, we'll see you later. I got the rest of those packages. I'll come back, give you some money. Now we're headed home to switch trucks. I think I got to get rid of the trailer on the other truck. Before I get there, I will put my seatbelt on just for you guys. I'm sure you might be thinking, why don't I just leave the gooseneck at Dad's house and take this truck to the job site? Well, it's just not really worth it because all the tools and stuff I need are in my other truck that I've been driving all week, and I don't really want to come back to Dad's house after dark and pick up the gooseneck trailer. I can just drive 10 minutes to my house to swap them. What's your ETA for up the hill there?
I'm just leaving over here by North.
Oh. I tried calling Andy this morning, but he didn't even answer, so.
Oh.
But.
He's got a load and he's headed out to Dave Brutus.
Okay.
So it'll probably take an hour to go out there and dump it and get to the job.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and text him that we got a load, and we'll try to get there before he does move a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna switch trucks and I'm gonna get some pancakes. You want some pancakes?
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I'm pretty full right now, but
Well, it's gonna be, it'll be 40 minutes before I'm there, so.
okay.
Okay, bye. That was Dad calling to discuss the plans. This is what they were doing this morning while I was hauling the Primetech back to the house. Andy and him got this decent little load of logs. There's actually 4 logs on there. One's tucked up front, but Dad went out there and helped him buck that thing up. We had to bring the bigger saw. And I think they had to skid it a little bit. They just used the big arm on the logging truck and some chains to get it to the truck. Back to my house. I need to get rid of this. I could just get rid of the Diamond C on there, but I'd rather just drive the single wheel truck around. So we'll go ahead and ditch this. Then come up here and dump the pressure. Okay, now the trailer is set up for the next truck that hooks up to it. More than likely, I'm gonna stop towing with this dang truck. It's fun to drive, but I just been spoiled with that, either one of the dualies. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another truck again with the idea of it being a tow rig, unless it's a dually, because you just can't really compare. And I'm sure someday I'm gonna probably buy a semi and be like, oh, I can't believe I ever drove a dually. You know, dualies is so inadequate, but I freaking love this truck. This setup is sweet as hell. 6-speed manual transmission. I hunted all over the country when I bought this thing. Actually, today is 4 years I've had this truck. 4 years, and this thing has changed a lot. And I love it. It's got 68,000 original miles on it. I've got 2 years strong left to go with it in this state's registration. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all my gear out of this truck, switch over. We're gonna stop off and get something to eat because I still haven't had breakfast. Honestly, I really like this truck. It's probably my favorite just go-to for whatever kind of a thing. But with the other trucks I have right now, I kind of wish I would have found this because it's a 3500 single rear wheel with 373s. If I could have found one of these at the time that was 410s, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But now thinking back, I wouldn't mind 410s with a dually rear end, and I'd still be able to. It's just not much fun towing with this thing. It's a lot of bobbing and weaving when you're towing with a dump trailer that's pretty heavy most of the time, or the smaller tractor. Considered the dually swap on this old girl, but it just defeats the truck, and I might as well just spend the money on getting a new truck in a couple years when it's time. This thing will do the job, and it feels like a Toyota driving it around compared to that 5500. Oh, watch out, buzzard, you piece of crap. Somebody hit a deer right there. Rolling up to, I don't know if this is our main job, but it's our current job, because that means it's main. Right till you see this driveway, I hauled 3 pieces of equipment down this little fella. It was in a different video the other day. You got the, well, actually you guys will see the track chipper. The video is uploading right now, so I'll be posting that later today. But we got track chippers here, which is 14,000. Then we got the skid steer, which is with the head is about 16,000, and then a 20,000 pound excavator. Somewhere around here, V-Belt's got his what do you call it, stump grinder also. But we got to get a load of logs set up for Andy. But I got to eat my breakfast. Breakfast time. How we looking there, amigo? Bust out the camera. Got to pull this guy here. Saw the last video, a climber came through and had to climb and top quite a few of these. A couple there, a couple there, a couple there, a couple here. Now we got a window so we can actually fall some of these. So he's working on, it's got a nasty little bow to it. Throw it into an oak. Went up it with the excavator, set a rope, 20,000 pound pole rope, hooked to a 20,000 pound machine. We're gonna pull this thing over, then we gotta skid it out that way, around the building. Down there, you guys can see Dad's truck right on the other side of the driveway. That's where the self-loader can pick it up at. It's starting to get cold. I think that weather's moving in. I'm up there checking the tension on the line. Honestly, most of our work, like 95% of it, is all residential thinning or clearing like this, taking out these hazard trees, or just, it's just too thick of trees in here. 20,000 pound pole rope, this machine, if I get violent with it, I can break it, but most of the time these trees, they just need a little bit of a pull to save the faller, which is mainly Dad, from having to beat the wedge into it a million times or getting a jack out. Throwing this in there is just nice and simple. I think it looked kind of cool. Got a good angle with the camera. Heard some rain finally. What is it, December 10th or 11th? I'm watching Crocodile Dundee. I don't even know what the date is, but yeah, I think it's December. Look at this, December. We've only had one rainstorm. She dusty. Thing hit the ground hard enough it almost limbed it. I'm gonna go set the camera up to watch Andy, and I'll be right back. Up so you can watch Andy load up these logs. He can haul about 40,000 pounds worth of logs. Only can gross 80. Truck weighs 40, so do the math. I don't know if I'm going to use this for the thumbnail or not, but I just want to show you guys, this is a water storage tank, and there is an overflow or something that's leaking right here. I didn't actually cause that by skidding through here. Every time I come through, I kind of push a little bit more mulch right here in this little hole, but water's been oozing out of that thing for ever. There's a ditch right here for irrigation. So if I use that for the thumbnail, that's what that's all about. But I've skidded, I don't know, 6 loads of logs over that. It was leaking before I got here. Miss Emma was a bad dog. Yes, she was. She ran off. Doesn't happen very often, but Emma gets into trouble. So let's go ahead and take a ride on with the excavator. I got to skid a couple logs. Normally I'll bunch them up here because there's not enough room right where I'm at for the logging truck, or for me to skid so the logging truck can reach it. So I just get him one load set up, and then have the rest kind of scattered out up here. Most of this job so far, the climber went up and would cut. The trees are 150 feet tall, 160 feet tall. Go up there and top it and take out about 18-foot chunks all the way down to 66-foot tall stop. Cut that. So right here, that's some stuff from up top out of a tree, and I got a 33-foot length right here. We end up recutting them to 17. The ones that are on the ground, the ones that are top. It's just easier for the climber because he doesn't need to be super precise up in the tree. To cut them about 18. We have a big old tape measure that goes from where he's at all the way down the ground. Well, this is a good sized little log right here. I'm gonna say that this log weighs 8,000 to 9,000 pounds. It's just small enough on the small end that I can grip it, and then I'll get it up here on the blade, and then I can move it doing it like this. Second gear. Downhill skids make moving this kind of stuff a lot easier. If this was uphill, we would have to have the skid steer pushing the backside of it. We opted out of not using the skidder on this job. It would have been nice to have the skidder here. But we're like, no, we don't need it. And it's going to literally be at a house right down the street, or right down the hill. So that was just kind of funny how that worked out. The last of the bigs, got a bunch of cedars. Depending on if the landowner puts some more big trees on the list to take out. Just kind of going with the flow on this job. of slow motion on it.
Kind of funny, it dawned on me when I was setting up the camera to film this little time lapse. I don't know how other people would do a situation like this, because we've been doing it like this for a long time now. Dad will fall the trees, and I'm doing all the tractor work, skidding them and stuff like that, getting rid of the rope, getting out of the way, going over there and watering the plants, and I hop out and I'll help limb the trees so that he doesn't have that much work to do, and every once in a while I got to fix the tractor. But I don't know, comment below how you guys would work, those of you in the tree business that do these kind of residential logging jobs. It works out good for us to just be a two-man crew. And Andy, of course, on the logging truck, but he's in and out maybe 2-3 times a day at best. And we did have a climber on this job. The homeowner, I hired him on his own, not through us or nothing, and that worked out slick. Because he was actually a really, really good climber, didn't complain, he just showed up, stayed in a tree for 4 hours at a time some rounds. And this is me talking about that little clip that I just talked about. That line was already leaking, whatever it was. Landowner, homeowner, he wasn't concerned.
Shut the 080 down for the day. The fuel on the 080, I filled it last night. I thought I only burned just over a quarter tank today. So we're good. I think everything's about topped off. Filled up the 12 yesterday also, and the chipper, I filled that. I checked it yesterday before we left. It's at 3/4, so it's fine. So make sure you got everything out of there. Chipper keys are still there. I need to get a lanyard for that. And then remote's up there. Kind of dirty. Got Boone's stick in here. Get Boone his stick back. Alright, locking her up. This big pile of chips. Ugh. Superhero landing.
We even looked at the homeowner's little tractor. He's got a couple issues with the 4-in-1 bucket not working, so yeah, even more stuff in the day.
You ready to go home, Boone? It's Friday for us. Gonna go home, gotta get some stuff ready for the rain we're supposed to be having. Gotta put her in gear eventually here. Ugh. Got some rain coming. Need to put a little firewood in the shop. I'm gonna be working in the shop most of the weekend, so I would like to stay warm because there's no point of having a shop if you can't be nice and comfortable in there. Well, I got a little bit of time, so I'm going to run inside. We got dinner plans tonight. I need to go get some truck parts. I'm just gonna run in here and grab this real quick. Well, they didn't have what I wanted, but I figured since I was in there, I better get windshield wiper blades. You know what I mean? This is a day in the life exclusive. Holy. That was a YouTube follower, and this guy right here is the biggest douche in the planet. Got a Smarty sticker on the side there. I'm gonna cut him off. I'm gonna give him a little bit of smoke pulled up there, and I was trying to talk to that guy, and he's burping the engine and being a blocking. I don't think his truck smokes. I'm gonna get caught behind that freaking poser. He had a 19-inch side dump. Left his lights on when he went in the store. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't mind somebody having a loud exhaust, but don't pull up to somebody when they're trying to have a conversation and be burping your freaking throttle at them. Where'd he go? Too bad he's not behind me. Ah, dang it. I'll see him again. Kind of see down in the valley right there. Definitely see the other mountaintops, but got a nice little view driving home. And then it just turns into like, I don't know, desert, but it's got crappy trees on it. It's all rock right there here. Kind of want to buy this mountain right in front of us. I don't know, some preserve or some crap owns it. I don't know what it is, government. But it's a mountain, and I'm sure the top of that mountain's got a sweet view on it. Overlooks my little piece of property. Be nice though. Someday, I'm gonna buy that mountain. Roll back where we all started from. X amount of hours ago. I don't even know what time it is right now. But I need to fire up the Kubota because I'm gonna go load up a little bit of firewood I got down there and pack it inside the shop like I was talking about. Oh, wait. Friday, like it's Friday. But we got to move the big excavator tomorrow. Then I got a whole load of something before that. I normally like to catch up on my personal projects on the weekend, but well, make some money tomorrow, I guess. We got Sunday. Let's go ahead and let that thing warm up, get down there and start moving that crap inside. Probably get Ken on here more often. This guy bought that 01 from. Learned a little piece from. You get a pallet, stack all my firewood on there. Got a couple things over here that I could roll around, but I want to get the leftover of this before it gets drenched. It might have been a long day. What a day that was. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was really satisfying watching the super fast motion of stacking the firewood. I bet you if I made a video just stacking firewood in 95 times mode, it'd probably get 1 million views. I'm really wishing I could get to 1 million views on a video. That is my real YouTube goal, and then I'll consider myself a YouTuber. Because YouTubing is not as easy as everybody thinks. It's either working out or it's not really working out. But I'm trying. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers. But to summarize the day, Andy, my dad, took care of that slider job in the morning. So I took advantage of them being around, away from the big job. Got the Prime Tech hauled back to the house, so it's on that other job. So I would have been hauling it in the rain if I hadn't got around to it, or would have sat there another week. I would rather just let the machine sit than haul steel tracks in the rain. I don't care what anybody says, it's kind of sketchy loading, especially in the spot where I had to load, side hill and stuff. Steel tracks on steel trailer, not ideal. I'll just let it sit. But I got that taken care of. I ended up going over there today with a lowboy and moving out the big excavator. I put down rubber mats, but we had a break in the weather, so it wasn't raining on us when he did it, or else, again, I would have just left it there. But this job that we're currently on, homeowner added some more trees, so I'm all cool for that. That is more work for us, more monies. And brother, with that track chipper, we are rolling in that efficiency. It is sweet. I would like to say I wish we would have got the track chipper a long time ago, but it just, you know, it probably wouldn't have worked out. For one, financially wouldn't have been smart, and then two, we just didn't even know the potential and the production level that that thing can do, and we just got it, and we're seeing what its potential is, and we're just getting started. So I'm really looking forward to more jobs at that thing. And there's definitely holes in our business that we could be even more efficient, you know, just the business sense wise. The hard work ethic, Dad's always had that. You know, that it's really the last couple of years is starting to shine how much it's paying off, and it's neat to be around him to see this happen and to be able to be part of it. And these videos and stuff, like the channel, I named it after Dad. It's V-Belt is his nickname, so Vbeltandson. I'm just not riding his coattails, but I'm just trying to learn as much as I can along the way. And basically, just work your ass off. That's all it ends up being. Hopefully you enjoy these longer videos. This day in the life thing, I felt like there was a lot of clips I could have just taken out, but I wanted to leave it in there just so you get a better understanding of the day in the life and how much stuff actually goes on. There's one of my buddies, he got a a pretty good opportunity, and I always say, don't ever consider somebody lucky because they had that opportunity given to them. Nobody just gets an opportunity given to them. They had to be there at that moment in time by their own will, by them getting themselves there. I mean, it could be as simple as driving a car there or whatever, or just lining yourself up to be there to receive these opportunities. And my buddy, the opportunity he got, it took him a little bit of effort, but when it actually happened, man, he's got one of the guy that actually owns Napa is helping him out. And I just say, when people say, oh, you're lucky to have all that, bear witness to the effort that goes into all this. And I'm trying to say that as humble as possible, because I know I get the haters in the comments, but I just block them. I don't even care. But just see the effort that goes into stuff on a daily basis. That's how you get ahead. That's how you make stuff happen. And I know I'm just ranting about, just work ethic, and you probably don't even need to hear it from me. But it's really what it is. You have to put yourself in a position to make opportunities happen for yourself. They're not just given to you no matter what. But, I'm going to end it here before I start ranting for another 5 to 10 minutes. It's getting late. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about these longer videos, and let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. If you made it this far, as usual, give me old Cletus hell yeah brother in the comments. I'm not growing a mullet. We'll see.